Ooh-wee, your boy back. Was good with all my peoples. What's good? Welcome to back to talk about your boy Bucket. Welcome to Talk About Fight Club, the number one fights podcast on the net right now, baby. How y'all doing? Listen, check us out at Talk About Fight Club on Instagram at TAFCPOD. Check out at Mavericks Mansion LLC, at Smooth Family Entertainment LLC, and you can follow me personally at MAVRICK_NYC. Yeah. Ooh, wee. All right, let's get right into it. Y'all know how we do. So, first topic of the night. You know I gotta recap it. Your man Usyk and Fury. And I mean, I could just chop this up with one easy thing. Fury was furyless. I saw 3 rounds and knew I ain't need to watch the rest of this fight. Which was saddening because if you look at Fury's track record before the Ngannou fight, he was steamrolling everybody. Went through Wilder, 3 times? I think it was 3 times they fought. Embarrassing. Now, if you look at the first fight, technically, they probably should have waived that last knockout. They probably should have waved that off and be like, all right, Fury, you took enough punishment. But then Fury they let him rock. And Fury came and whooped that boy ass. Anyway, it was kind of a lackluster fight. It wasn't anything that I was really excited about. Yeah, Usyk was winning, but it wasn't like he was like that first fight. Fury got fucked up. Fury was getting fucked up. That boy was wobbly, nasty wobbly. I mean, they had to 8 count that boy, count it out. But this one, it was obvious. Like Fury just didn't have that Fury. Easy. Keep it a buck with you. Your man's just, I don't know, man. Like, all right, so you've heard me say this before. Like me and my boys, we always talk about like, me and my boy Fawn says either we say he ain't the one. Me and my producer Ham Van Dam says he ain't him. And obviously, Fury ain't him. Now, of course, we basing that off of Floyd Mayweather, who's 50-0. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna start throwing that out the window because I believe was it Julio Cesar Chavez? One of them was like 81-0 at one point in their career. So to really compare them to Mayweather ain't it for me, to keep it real. But at the same time, based off of credentials and skills and things like that, and the way you be losing, I don't know, Fury. You have joined the himless crowd. Yes, you have joined the himless crowd. And that crowd includes your former foe, Deontay Wilder, who is himless. The gentleman that ran from you for quite a while, Anthony Joshua, himless. Like I'm not gonna lie. The heavyweight division ain't what it was, bro. Like, it was exciting for a minute when Wilder was like knocking everybody out. Then you saw the beef between him and Joshua, and then that was supposed to go down. Then it didn't happen, and then you had Fury come out of nowhere, like, because we ain't know much about Fury. I didn't know much about Fury until he popped back in the picture. I didn't even know he was a champ. Just like I ain't know nothing about Klitschko. And then Anthony Joshua beat him. And then I knew about Klitschko because Anthony Joshua beat him. Not even because he was the champ. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know much about the Klitschko brothers and all that. To me, like, the heavyweight division has been always the glamour division. And that's any combat sport. Heavyweight division is the glamour division because, although, let's keep it a buck, whether it's UFC fighter, well, I don't want to say UFC, MMA fighters, Muay Thai fighters, karate fighters, boxers, whoever. Whatever fighter you are, if you're like the pinnacle in that, if you're like a professional and you've been doing this and you racked up a substantial amount of wins, knockouts, and all these types of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're dangerous. These are dangerous people. Like, they can whoop your ass. But at the same time, now I'm gonna keep it real. There's a reason why they call heavyweights the baddest men on the planet. You don't hear no. I'm like, no offense, Khabib. Don't Dagestani handcuff me and beat me down. Listen, you're not calling Khabib the baddest man on the planet. Because there's a dude that's 100 pounds heavier than him that can just grab him like, yo, lay down, little nigga, shut up. I'm sorry. Look what Jan Blachowicz did to Izzy. And this is not Izzy hate. This is not Izzy hate. I'm using an example. For those of you that think I got Izzy hate, like my producer, I do not hate Israel Adesanya. He is one of the best strikers ever. I respect him. He's good. But he lost. He lost some fights. It is what it is. I can hear my producer in the background. I already know what's going through his head. This nigga Mav. I can hear him. I can hear his thoughts. It's all good. I love you, Izzy. My producer says otherwise, but I love you. It's all good. But in that fight with Blachowicz, when he moved up to light heavyweight, Blachowicz was getting pieced up, and he realized, oh, wait a minute. You're small. You're little. Come here. Yeah, stay right there. Yeah, I might hit you a little bit, but stay right there. You're small. And that's the difference. Heavyweights are just, it is what it is. You're a heavyweight. They are considered the baddest men on the planet. Now, of course, to me, there's only like, honest. The funny thing is, if you look at all the heavyweights in history, everybody calls them champs still and things like that. But there's only one heavyweight they still call the baddest man on the planet to this day, and that's Mike Tyson. You don't hear them saying about Lennox Lewis. You don't hear them saying about Evander Holyfield, George Foreman. Like, you don't still call them the baddest men on the planet. The reason why they still call Mike Tyson the baddest man on the planet is because he's fucking scary. Anyway, I personally think at this current moment that Usyk is the number one heavyweight boxer in the world. Obviously, because he has all the belts and he done beat all the top guys, right? Cool. But what did we know about Usyk before he got into the position he was in to fight Joshua and not Wilder, I'm sorry, and Fury? What do we know about these guys? So this is the thing. When you look at certain divisions, you start to see, oh, here's this up-and-coming guy. And of course, you know, depending on who you are and what position you are in combat sports, or if you're in boxing, if you're somebody that's like there on a regular basis, you get to see these fighters on a regular basis, you're commentating on, you see these guys coming up. But as like casual fans, you know, people who watch people who skip the prelims, 2025, hashtag don't skip the prelims. People who skip prelims, they're not going to know who these guys are. I never heard about Usyk until I saw him about to fight Joshua. I'm just being real. And then I had to go back and watch his stuff. And I said this to my producer earlier, like, to me, he's like the new Klitschko. Because it's not like he putting dudes, like, not to say he ain't got no knockouts and stuff, but it's not like everybody's scared. Like, all right, when Wilder was undefeated and he was champ, cats was scared. They were scared. Yo, all y'all heavyweights out front, y'all was scared. Y'all was scared. The dude was throwing punches from all different directions, and people were still getting knocked out. Excuse me. The man was throwing punches you didn't even expect to hurt a person. Sleep. Everybody was scared of this dude. Everybody was scared. Everybody. You hear me? Hold on. My computer acting funny. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Sorry, give me a second. All right. My bad. Okay. All right. But I just like no offense to Usyk. He's a good boxer. He whooped Fury's ass. I know I'm just keep it a buck. He whooped Fury's ass. Like to the point where, and if you see, oh, it popped right up on the screen. Should Fury retire? My honest answer? All right, my answer is kind of twofold. If he want to continue to make bread, the breach, then yeah, you could pick up a couple of like super fights and make some bread. Yeah. But to fight for the title, should he? No, I don't think so. Unless he starts stringing together like a 5-6 fight win streak, he just put everybody to sleep, just knockout. Then I'm be like, all right, wait, hold on, wait a minute. Maybe we might want to see a Usyk Fury 3, maybe, depending on how he look. See, that's the thing about fighting, bro. Like, it gets to a point where it's like, all right, there are people who have like a downfall. Everybody has it, depending on who you are. Everybody has a slight downfall. And then from there, you have to decide, sorry, like, all right, am I going to make another run for this, or am I going to just like I said, ride it out, make me some extra money, and just call it a day, become one of those like those legends, like Cowboy Cerrone. Cowboy Cerrone never made a title run. Probably tried it a couple times and then he retired. Whatever. But we're always going to remember him because he gave us some of the best fights we've ever seen. Cub Swanson, Dustin Poirier. Well, Dustin Poirier. Like these are all guys that at this point it's like I think the run for the title might be over. And in Fury's case, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Fury. He cool. He's a good boxer. I mean, looking at his physique, the way he dresses, the way the way he looks, is like you would look at him and go, all right, he's a big dude, but he gonna get knocked the fuck out. Like if you saw him just like as is, and you didn't know nothing about him, you're gonna be like, nah. And you look at Usyk in shape. Usyk look, you know what I'm saying? And Fury looked like a fat Viking. And you're gonna be like, nah. If I saw the two standing next to each other and I didn't know either one of them, I probably would have picked Usyk. I'm like, he looked like he in better shape. But then we see Tyson Fury move around. He moving around like he ain't fat. It's like so. I'm not putting nothing past Tyson Fury, but I think that was maybe his last run at, maybe not a chip, but not unifying. I don't know, man. I don't know. Don't know how. I don't know. I think it's done. I think it's done. I think Usyk needs a better challenge because right now, to me, this is gonna sound so terrible. What I'm about to say. I don't feel like he's really proven. I take that back. Nope, I'm wrong. He's proven that by beating Joshua and Fury, but I just don't. There's certain fighters that have that killer instinct that like Han Van Dam said, my producer, he put him. And there's times when you see people fighting, it's like, you didn't put him. I need somebody to get put. I mean, like, I need Betty Bye. I need that you wobbly in the corner. Like, yeah, all right, a beatdown is cool, depending on the fight. Like, we recently saw Joaquin Buckley beat down Kobe Covington. It's a good beatdown. But, when you like win just on points and punches landed, but Like I'm gonna be real, bro. Outside of the first one, if we go to a third Usyk Fury fight and it's anything like the second one, I don't think I'm gonna watch that shit. I don't think I'm gonna watch that shit. I'm good, to be real with you, because it was kind of like y'all tell me different. Write something in the comments. Hit your boy up. You got all of our tags on Instagram and hit us up. Let us know what you think. I don't think it's worth watching again. That's just me personally. Don't need to see it again. Would I like to see either one of them fight again? Of course. But give me something that's like, I need to, like, see, that's the thing about boxing. No, I take that back. Not about boxing, about combat sports. You get to a certain level, and then people just start it becomes lackluster. Like, all right, yeah, a lot of times, people just want to see knockouts and things like that. I don't always want to see knockouts. Sometimes I want to see a really good fight. Like I said in the last joint, if you see Cub Swanson versus Do Ho Choi, whew, whew, that is a crazy fight. Wei Lee versus not Valentina. What's this girl's name? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I can't think of her name. She was the champ. She was the strawweight champ. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Oh my God, I feel so terrible. I'm a terrible fight personality right now. How don't I remember this girl's name? What is your name? Oh my God. Technology, help me. Or as my as my producer would say, I gotta use my nigga technology. Joanna Young J Check. Thank you, producer. Thank you. Oh my God, I am so bad. Joanna, you know I love you. You know I wanted to marry you. Don't hate me. I'm sorry. I love you so much. Oh my goodness. But anyway, yo, that fight between Joanna and Wei Lee. Did y'all see? Yo, Joanna didn't even look like Joanna anymore. She looked like an alien. Don't get me wrong, Wei Lee's face was fucked up too. But Joanna, bro, you would have think she had facial prosthetics in her face. Like, bruh. Ugh. What a fight. What's another good fight that was crazy? It kind of resulted in a knockout. It was more of a TKO. But Robbie Lawler and damn, I'm forgetting fighters' names today. What the heck? Robbie Lawler and what is this kid's name? Rory McDonald. Ooh, what a fight. What a fight. Like, my producer making fun of me. You see this? Look, man, there's a lot of people. I'm sorry. There's a lot of people to keep track of. Like, in the NBA, you just got the NBA. You just got to keep track of the NBA players. There's not like an NBA, and then there's like, a Bellator NBA, and then a PFL NBA, and then a one championship NBA. You have the NBA. You got UFC, PFL, one championship, Bellator, like Rising. Like, come on, dogs. There's mad people. There's a lot of fighters to keep track of. Most of the time, we want to deal with the top 15. But this is why we don't skip prelims, baby. Hashtag don't skip the prelims. 2025. Hashtag listen to your coach. Hashtag nobody listens to Mav. Anyway, so yes, I don't know, man. I'm not. I need to see Usyk do something spectacular. Like, yeah, okay, beat Tyson Fury. Everybody thought Tyson Fury was going to win. Okay, yeah, cool. All right. That was good. But I need something spectacular. I need to see, like, the ass whooping of a century. And that's why I mentioned those other fights. Even though those wasn't boxing, I need to see the ass whooping of a century. Yes. And that's what you want in combat sports. Like, of course, like all right, don't get me wrong. We don't want guys getting brain damage. We don't want them like, you know what I'm saying, getting CTE and all that. We don't want nothing bad to happen to the fighters, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want them, but this is the life they chose. They want to fight. So I want to see a good ass whooping. I want to see the ass whooping of the century. Like, that's what I look for in fights. I ain't even gonna hold you. I told y'all before, I'm not a big on grappling. But that fight with Sterling and Evloev or Evloev, how you say his name, that was a good grappling match. I enjoyed that joint. I did. It was good. Excuse me. It was good. I don't usually get excited about those because it's like, all right. But that was an enjoyable grappling match. I actually liked it a lot. I even kind of wanted Aljamain to win. And y'all know I'm not a big Aljamain fan. Nothing against him personally. But, I want him to get better striking. That's what I want from him. Yes, okay, you're a good grappler. Yes, backpack. All right, cool. Knock some niggas out. Knock them out. Or put the beat down of a century. Hashtag I need to see the beat down of the century. Making up hashtags all 2025. I like to get paid by the hour, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Usyk, this is what I need from you in 2025, Usyk. Your next fight, I need to see the beatdown of the century. I'm saying that to every fighter who I want to see something different from. I want to see the beatdown of the century from now on. I'm gonna hold that to you. Hold you to that, Usyk. Beatdown of the century. Moving on. Now, I work at a martial arts gym. I've worked at 2 martial arts gyms. Been training martial arts a long time. If you want to call it this, I called it gym bullying, right? Now, when I say gym bullying, I'm not talking about, there's a bigger fighter and he picks on the smaller fighters or the guy with more skill only spars with guys that, don't have that good at sparring skills. Like, that's not what I mean. Even though those do exist. That's that's real. But I'm talking about guys who are on the same team who they'll tease you a little bit. Like, so, all right, come on. Like, I got a homie who I train with, and he has like he's Hispanic and he talk kind of funny sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of dragged out and real slow. So we'll make jokes on him. We'll joke on him, or like when we're sparring and stuff. We'll tease him because like there's this one combination he just loves to. He'll do that same combination every time. He's going to give you the double jab with the cross, and he might throw a pendulum kick at you. But you always going to see that double jab with the cross. It's coming. And we tease him about it. Because it's like, bro, we know it's coming. But don't get it twisted. Sometimes that shit lands. You know what I'm saying? He a big dude. He's like 210, 215. Maybe even bigger than that. But we tease him about it because it's like, bro, that's kind of all you do, bro. Like, switch it up. Now, when you have people that are fighters or people who compete, whether it's boxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, anything, I feel like there is a level of teasing that becomes bullying because now I feel like there are times where people just make jokes just to mess around with you, and then there's times people make jokes to fuck with your head. And I feel like that is a form of bullying because, there are people who have complexes. I feel like people who are bullies there's something wrong. And I'm not, saying that there's something mentally wrong, but there's something going on within them that causes them to want to bring the next person down. And I'm pretty sure you've heard of this, like, oh, why do people feel so good about bringing the next person down? Like, bro, we've been dealing with this for almost thousands and thousands of years, bro. It's in the Bible. But it's bad when the person, like, all right, if you do it to other people on another team, I get it. But why would you do it to your teammates? Because now you look at a person who don't know how to take jokes well. I'm not going to even lie to you. When I was younger and people used to tease, I used to get teased a lot. I still get teased, but now it's funny because I can tease them back. I got jokes too. But when I was younger, and I'm not even talking about like 5, 6 years old. That's just basic, getting teased. You always get teased when you're like, but when you get to like your late teens and you got people around you that you look up to and you cool with, and they start saying certain things that's like, you know, throwing you off, and it throws them off a little bit, but you keep doing that shit. I think that's fucked up. I don't care how close you are. I don't care how cool you are. That shit's fucked up. Especially if they about to compete. Why would you fuck with my head like that? Like, don't get me wrong. Oh, there go my dog. Sorry, y'all. Shut up. Sorry. my dog my dog is a thing that'll bark at a leaf blowing by outside and it'll make a noise and she bark at it like she gonna do something. Anyway. But yeah, I don't think that's cool. Yes, I'm the type that if one of my teammates is sparring or hitting pads or working the bag, you know, you say something like, "Oh, that's how you gonna kick?" Oh, he ain't gonna feel that at all when he throwing a kick. So they get mad, and what do? They'll kick the bag harder and things like that, and you make them start working. Like that's kind of like motivational teasing, if that is a thing. I think I just made up something weird. Motivational teasing. That's hilarious. But I'm just trying to like get a rise out of you. I want you to start kicking the bag harder. I want you to start hitting the pads harder. I want you to start like getting a little bit more aggression in your sparring because now I want you to bring that aggression out of you so you can know how to access that when you actually get into your fight. But if I sit there and tell you that, bro, you trash, and then the next day I'm like, you trash. Nah, for real, you trash. And every time I see you, I tell you trash. Why would you do that shit? Or I say something like, "Oh, you're not confident for this fight," and the person like, "Nah, I'm confident." They be like, "No, you're not." You be like, "Nah, I'm confident." Like, bro, watch when that fight come. You're not gonna be confident. And it's like, dag, bro. Like, don't tell the nigga he not gonna be confident just because people get nervous in the ring. Yes, you get nervous. That's part of the game. GSP said nervousness is good. He said the one fight that he was not nervous, where he slept like a baby, he was not nervous at all, was a fight he got knocked out in. Because he wasn't nervous. He was like, I'm good, I'm straight. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. Got knocked clean out. The greatest welterweight, George St. Pierre, yes, said that. We can't have that in the gym, guys. Like I think that shit is trash. Yes, you should be able to, have fun with, your brothers and your sisters in the gym. Y'all should be able to have like a little teasing session. That's natural. But if you're constantly saying things to your own teammate just because you want to see how it affects their emotions, it's like that's some bitch nigga shit. Like, I would look at you like a bitch that you got to say things to your teammate to make them feel a certain way so they can that fuck with their head. Nah, you a bitch. You a bitch. And I say that to any sensei, Sifu, whoever. Like, yo, if you doing some shit like that, you a bitch for doing that. Why would you want to bring your teammate down just because you feel like, oh, they're not really confident? I'm sorry, bro. Like I said, it's cool to have good relationships and tease people. Oh, your switch kit sucks. You know, your jab is bad. I make fun of myself with people. I'm like, yo, look at that jab. That jab sucked. Yo, bro, that's you. Yeah, I know. It sucked though, don't it? Because it's funny. It's funny. But come on. If I know you got a fight coming up, or if I know you got any type of competition, doesn't even matter if it's boxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, whatever. I'm not gonna bring your shit down, bro. I'll say what I need to say to try to boost your confidence. You know, and by no means, I'm not acting like I'm a martial arts expert. I'm not acting like I know everything about fighting or martial arts in general, whatever you want to call it. Like, I'm not gonna act like I know everything. Pardon me. But I do know there's a such thing as morale, and if you bring down people's morale, you don't get what you need out of them. Same thing with him. Like, if you're a businessman, you got employees, a parent with their children. Like, no matter what it is, if you're in a leadership position and you bring down the morale of those around you that you're leading, who's going to want to follow you? If I'm a person who competes in martial arts and you always got some shit to say that don't make me feel good, one, I'm not going to perform the way I need to perform. And two, I'm not going to want to perform for you. I'm not going to want to hit pads. I'm not going to want to do them extra rolls on the mat. I'm not going to want to help at the gym when you need help because you make me feel like shit. That's fucked up. Nah, bro. Can't do that shit. Can't do that shit. It's foul and it needs to stop. Stop it. That's another term I'm hashtag. Hashtag stop it. Cause Mav said so. Stop that shit, bro. That's like a whole. All right, boom. Let's say you get into a beef on the street with somebody. Let's take it away from like combat sports. Let's talk about like street fights. You on the street with somebody, you seen somebody you beefing with, that you and your man's beefing with, and it's two of y'all, two of them, or like a group of them, group of y'all, and some shit pop off, and your man's and that dude that they don't fuck with about to fight, and the first thing you say to your man's is, "You can't really fight, you know that?" Right before I'm about to fight, you gonna say that shit? Now, don't get me wrong. If I got a friend that cannot fight at all, and I know the other dude can fight really good, I'm not gonna put him in that position. I'm gonna be like, yo, bro, just don't do it. Like, chill. You don't need to deal with homie. You know what I'm saying? But if I got my man's back, yo, I've said this to my producer, Ham Van Dam. I've said this to my homie, Corey. I've said this to my man's Fonz. I said, listen, There are very few people who I trust to have my back in the street. And I know if I got into a street fight, I don't never have to worry about whether one of these guys can fight or not. On top of the fact that they're not gonna sit there and tell me, yo, Mav, I know you do martial arts and all, but these niggas gonna fuck you up. Why would you like why the fuck would you say that to me, bro? Cause now I'm like, wait a minute, can they? Hold on, producer. Come off mute real quick. Come off mute, producer. I need you. Are you there?
Yes.
He can't hear me.
Yes.
No, there he is. I need you to tell the people, the 3 people we avoid in the street.
You avoid 3 people. You avoid people who will snitch on you. You avoid people who will boom you with a weapon of their choice. And you avoid people that can fight better than you. But the person you avoid the least is the person that fights better than you.
So I'm avoiding these people because I know like it's not a good situation. But if I have no choice, I'm gonna tell my mans, yo, like he gonna whoop your ass, bro. He gonna whoop your ass. Now maybe let me keep it a buck. Like after we avoid the situation, I might pull you aside later and be like, yo, dog, I'm not even gonna lie to you. You my mans, know I'm gonna keep it a buck. But if you would have fought him, he'd have probably put you, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I know I'm not saying you can't fight, but he probably would have put you, bro. And I wanted to avoid that situation, bro. Like I ain't, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna say, like, imagine you say that in front of the whole squad right before they about to fight. Yo, imagine it like as a group of people, they all rowdy, hey, the other groups, hey, they about to fight, and then one homie, your right hand man's out of nowhere when he catch him with one pocket of silence when people ain't screaming, he be like, yo, really though? He about to whoop your ass. And he probably talking about the other dude. How you say that to your mans? Nah. I've seen too many people in multiple gyms, not just multiple gyms, where teammates is sitting there making teammates feel like shit or saying some shit that you could tell that shit affecting them, bro. Why are you fucking with him for? Oh, because you better at him than something and you want to fuck with him. And you think that shit is funny. Well, guess what? You know what's funny? It's funny that you a bitch. I'm sorry. For those of you that are offended by that term, maybe you're also a bitch. Because I don't like that shit. My homie Fonz, I remember one of the first things he told me, he said, yo, he told me that he used to get into mad fights. But he said the reason why he got into a lot of fights is because he ain't fuck with bullies. And he said, I will fuck bullies up. He said he didn't care if they was bigger than him or not. He ain't fuck with bullies. So he would go start a fight with the bullies. Because the bullies was bullying people. And he was like, word, I'm about to fuck you up. Just for messing with him. Being bullies is trash, but it's even worse when you have a team of people and the team of people fuck with you. And I'm not talking about fuck with you like, oh yeah, I'll fuck with you. Like they keep fucking with you just to fuck with your head, to mess with you. That's some fucked up shit. So honestly, that shit gotta go. That shit trash. You can't be a coach and make your fighter feel like shit, bro. Sorry. To me, that don't make you a good coach. I don't care how much knowledge you got. It don't make you a good coach. And if you a fighter, That makes you a terrible teammate. But you know what makes that both of y'all? It makes both of y'all bitch. And I'm moving on. Speaking of coaches, speaking of fighters, I gotta ask y'all a question. Y'all see it right here. Wait, hold on, let me get my finger in the right spot. Right, right. Yeah. Do coaches make good fighters? Or let's flip it. Reverse that bitch. Do fighters make good coaches? Now, I remember when I was dancing, and yes, your boy used to dance. You heard? I still got skills. Don't sleep. When I used to dance on a regular basis, I used to meet tons of choreographers, and these guys' choreography was insane. Like when I tell you, like these guys will come up with stuff, I'm like, yo, how the hell did they come up with these ideas? But then you would see them execute them, and you looking at them like, yo, did he steal that? Like, like, did he watch that on YouTube? And next thing you know, he just brought it to class and was like, all right, here we go, bro. And it's like, wait a minute. A homie moves terribly. Or not so much terribly, you just don't move that great, right? And then, flipping it again, looking at it from the standpoint that there are dancers that just could not do choreography. They couldn't do it. You show them something, they could do it. But creating it, couldn't do it. And I kinda think that is true when it comes to combat because oof. So when I'm at the gym I train at, Glory Martial Arts Center, like when I see people doing certain things that I know that I do or I've seen other people do or things like that, I'm like, yo, bro, that's a bad habit of mine. You shouldn't do that, bro. I'm trying to fix it myself. So, maybe not do that. A real bad habit that I used to have is that when I would throw certain punches, my chin would be too high in the air. And that's something that happens with a lot of people who fight when they first start fighting or training. When you throw punches and stuff, you stick your chin out. You throw a punch and you stick your chin up because you're trying to keep your chin away from the other person hitting you. So you go like this, right? You're trying to pull your chin away and throw the punch at the same time. Another bad habit, dropping your hands. There's a lot of things your body naturally does when you're trying to throw punches and kicks that are habits that you got to get out of, right? And sometimes you can give people information on a regular basis that is the right information. It helps them in everything, but sometimes it's just hard for you yourself to do. I, as a person who has been training for quite a while, still are making a ton of mistakes. I like a ton of them. Luckily for me, there are other aspects of my game that have gone up to protect me from those mistakes that I'm making. So I have time to fix them. So that way, in the process of fixing them, I don't get put. But does that make me a good coach? Or vice versa, once again, does that make me a good fighter? Like, you have to really think about these things when you're deciding to join combat sports. There's a lot of people I know that want to coach, but don't know shit. And a lot of people that want to fight that are not very athletically gifted for fighting. A lot of people tell me at my gym all the time, they're like, bro, why don't you do jiu-jitsu more often? You should do more jiu-jitsu, bro. And I'm like, no, I'm good. And, you know what I'm saying? I'll do it here and there. And they say all the time, bro, you're built for it. You like, bro, look at you. You got long limbs and you're kind of lanky. And bro, it's perfect for jiu-jitsu. And at the same time, I'm like, but I want to punch and kick people. Like, I prefer striking. I feel like it's more fun. Don't get me wrong. Jiu-jitsu's cool, but I prefer striking. So, like, look at it like this. If I was watching jiu-jitsu, and don't get me wrong, I'm starting more and more to understand what's going on when I'm watching jiu-jitsu match, because before I didn't understand shit. Didn't understand nothing. Like, I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? I'm like, yo, just get up. You know how they always say when people do jiu-jitsu or they being held down, yo, just get up. Not everybody can be Derek Lewis, ladies and gentlemen. Derek Lewis is the only person I know that when he gets taken down, when he decides he wants to get up, he just gets up and they cannot keep him down. He just gets up. Other than that, I had that mentality once. And in the process of me thinking I could just get up, I got tapped out almost 7 times. Matter of fact, it was 7 times. Me thinking, all right, I got strength over this person and I could just get him out the way and get up. No, it's not the same. But now, because I've got more knowledge, I can mention a thing or two. That don't make me a good coach, but I can mention a thing or two. I can sit there and say, you know what? Maybe you should put your feet on his hips because if I was there, I would try to get my feet on his hips to push him away so I can stand back up. If we're doing something like MMA, when it comes to striking, I'm like, all right, I'm watching you strike. Yo, he's catch you with the 1-2, the jab, the straight. Like he's catch you with mad straights. You need to slip those so that way you can slip and land, or slip, shuffle the feet, come in with the hooks, especially if you have shorter arms. When you're dealing with people with longer arms, you want to get on the inside, because if you're too far out, if they can't reach you and they got longer limbs, then you definitely can't reach them. See, look, I'm coaching right now. But does that make me a good coach? Just because I know a thing or two. Coaches don't need to know a thing or two. They need to know, period. And a lot of times people always try to transition into positions that just don't work for them. It just don't work. Mm-mm. Like there's certain fighters that if they became coaches, I'm like, bro, I don't even know if I should listen to you. You know how many times you got knocked out? Like I don't even know if all your brains is there. I don't even know I should listen to what you're saying. Now there are a lot of people, once again, who have the knowledge. These guys are smart, but then you see them like hit pads, and it's just like. So I had this one person I taught, and I used to teach lessons to them. And when I would hold pads for them, they would look like a beast. Just tearing the pads out, ba 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 da 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 ba 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 ba, like just going crazy. And I mean, they would look like a monster, a superstar. They could take on the world. They fight anybody. Heavyweight or down, whoever wanted. The guy was crazy. But then we would do sparring rounds, and it was like I was sparring with a little kid, because he would turn away and cover up. He would turn his back on me like, and I'm like, bro. But also, this dude had mad knowledge. Mad knowledge. He understood the mechanics of a punch. He understood how it works, the angles, and what works and what counters work against what count. Like the dude has so much knowledge. And like I said, when he would hit the pads, he would look like a world beater, bro. Like you couldn't tell him nothing. Like if I saw him hitting pads, I'm like, dag, bro. All right, I gotta pull a couple of tricks out the bag to spar with dude, because he looked like he got some skills. And as soon as you start sparring him, it's like all them skills just. It's like Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder will sit there and look like he the man in the gym, hitting pads, working on footwork and all this, slipping and all the weird joint with the. Yo, I'm sorry, bro. Like Deontay Wilder is the perfect example of somebody who gets all the information and then it goes right out the window like it don't exist. Because that man would get in the ring and all them jab drills I would see him work on, don't see no jabs. All the footwork, don't see no footwork. And he just trying to land that bomb. But Wilder will sit there and tell you information about other fighters and things that they do. And 90% of the time, he's correct. But then when you get in the ring, bro, it's just like, all you got is that right hand. Wow, should Deontay Wilder be a coach and not a fighter? Ooh, is that a hot take? Going to 2025, maybe Deontay Wilder need to be a coach and not a fighter. There are some people like that, ladies and gentlemen. I think Tony Ferguson should be a coach and not a fighter. He was doing okay, but if you look at the way he used to fight, you used to think also he was going to lose because he looked really weird when he threw a lot of his strikes. He looked like all right, you don't really look like you know what he's doing, but he winning. Maybe some of you fighters and coaches need to switch roles. Maybe that's something we need to do in 2025 and going in 2025 and going into 2026. You know, reevaluate yourself. You know, do you really need to be a fighter? Don't get me wrong. I love sparring. Do I want to fight? I'm going to be real with you. The one thing that keeps me from fighting is that y'all telling me I can't eat. Y'all wilding. So if I see a steak, I'm eating that bitch. Sorry. I'm going to be honest, man. A lot of y'all ain't built for this. Some of y'all ain't built to be fighters, and some of y'all ain't built to be coaches. And you got to keep it real. Something I tell almost everybody, especially those closest to me. I said, my thing is, if you can't keep it real with nobody, and I live by this, if you can't keep it real with nobody, not from your mama on down, friends, family, whoever, if you don't keep it real with nobody, there's one person you need to keep it real with, and that's yourself. If you can't keep it real with yourself, then you all fucked up. Like, I know I'm not, like, even if I was younger, because I'm a little bit older than you might think. And I ain't telling y'all, mind your fucking business. But if I was younger, yeah, maybe I would get into fights, maybe. But there's a lot of things I know I'm not going to want to do. So do I want to be a part of the process? Maybe. Maybe I want to be a training partner. Maybe I want to be a coach / training partner. But maybe I don't want to be an actual fighter. I mean, I know, like, winning a championship, yeah, all right, you're a world championship coach, but you didn't actually win the belt. Whereas in, like, if a Grammy is won for a song, like, everybody getting a Grammy, like the producer and everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't work the same with combat sports. It's not like, you know, you and the coach and the water boy and the ice guy and your training partners. It's not like, oh, y'all got a championship. Yeah, you helped, but you ain't win nothing. So, to be real with y'all, like, I really think people should just reevaluate themselves. Reevaluate. I think there's a lot of people who have the potential to give you a lot of knowledge. And I think you should stick to that. I'm here to provide you with fight content. Do I have all of the knowledge? No. But do I have a good amount of knowledge? I got a little something. Got a little something. And this is why I said, y'all, leave me messages in the comments. Go to TAFCPOD on Instagram and hit me up. Give me your information. Reach out to Mavericks Mansion LLC. MAVRICKSMANSION LLC. Tell me what y'all think. Hit up Smooth Family Entertainment. Ask these questions, people. We need to hear from you people. Hit us up. YouTube, Instagram, hit us up. We really want to know what y'all think. This will make conversations even better because then I can start chiming y'all in. Y'all can get on here with me and we can start talking shit together. You feel me? I want to thank everybody at Smooth Family Entertainment for constantly making this wonderful podcast possible. Thank you. Shout out to my producer, Ham Van Deezy, and everybody at Mavericks Mansion Studios. I want to tell you I love you all. And I will continue to bring this content to you until the wheels fall off. You heard? So now we're going to be out, and let me know what y'all think of the pod. Ooh, 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 wee!